Bearings replace in this Honda automatic transmissions. And here we can see those bearings, and next we'll go through that how I can open and replace these bearings. Honda really use in these bearings this locking pin, and now I need small pliers that I can open this locking pin in that way that I move that in outer, and then this bearings, this locking hole opens. And in this position it is good to check that what of these my pliers opens this more, the most wider in that way. This is quite good in that area. And then when I have moved this locking pin away, I can start to little bit hit this bearing and move it away. Okay, and now after that knife, now we need these flathead screwdrivers what we install in these side areas, and we carefully bend that area bigger in that way, and we hammer a little bit this in that way, and then I rotate my gearbox in this another side, because there is no any movement in here, and that's I have to work here in this way, and now in this area. And now gearbox opens nicely. Good, very good. And then I think that I can actually now this cover opens nicely. Now I carefully move this my cover out, and note that there was this long bolt and also this shorter bolts in here. And remember that these all parts, they must be in just in same position. This is mandatory. And now this cover area, this is like free, and there is one shaft if you have any oil leaks. And now we can look in that area, and now there is one spring in here what now moves away, and this spring must be installed in just right way back. And let's go to look that area closer. I need now pneumatic tools or this heating tool, and let's look that opening direction is in this way. And it moves. Okay, and I work a little bit with that nut, and soon this is open. Okay, and now these shafts are almost all of these are inside, and now this cover opens. Okay, and these bearings replace in Honda cars. We have to look all times that where are those locking pins, and now this is like outer view in that one, but when we look in this inner area, there are those locking pins in here, and we have to open these bearing locking pins, that we move these things like wider in that way, in this way. And these parts really keeps these bearings in position. And let's look closer. There we can see this locking pin in that one, what I need to open before of that. This is opening position, that I open that so high, and then I start to hit this in that way. Little by little, and bearing opens. This is this trick. Good. Okay, and then when I start to take out this bearing, I need now hammer and some these steel things that I can hit this my bearing, and I take my hammer and in carefully when I start to move that, and same time I have to keep this locking pin open. This is this trick. In that way, now we can see, now locking is open, and then in same time I carefully move that bearing, and this bearing starts to move in here little by little, and that way now this takes time, and I can, okay, good, now I continue my job, and then this bearing starts to move even better when this locking pin area is free. When we look that, when this locking pin is free, then this bearing removal is easier. Only little bit hammering and different sides, and soon this bearing is free, and we can also use that another part. Okay, and now my bearing opens. This is so easy, and I take my bearing away, and there is really this bearing, and note that idea is that there is small hole, and there is this locking pin, what I have to open firstly, like in wider, in this way, and then I can also take this away, and this is this what keeps this bearing in position. And now when I removed that pin, then this bearing is movable, and now I install this locking pin back, and this is like starting position, and idea is to open this locking pin like wider in this way, and then when it is wider I can move this bearing little by little away. And then when I replace this new bearing, I can purchase similar bearing in Honda's dealership, or then I can measure that what is this maker. There is even product code in here, and they are different sides, and then installation is just similar in this back area in here, back in this position. Idea is just same, and carefully, and if we like to help ourselves, we can heat up carefully this cover, this alloy cover, in like some oil, this area where oil is about 100 Celsius, this heat, and then we can install this our cover in oil this bath, and then these parts becomes bigger, and this bearing installation back is easier. Okay, and then I take these another bearings in some way away. Good.